So this is how the mind virus functions and spreads. The great human parasite, the deceiver, Satan, Lucifer, the bad stuff. How does bad things happen? Like, why are bad things happening? And it's ultimately from someone adopting a fake persona, sort of acting. And when you're acting, you're kind of thinking that, like, whatever I think should be happening right now is more important than what's happening right now. Right? So there's just this one activity, this sort of one sin, and it's something along the lines of inauthenticity, which, you know, heavily connects to concepts of pride, selfishness, not in the bad way that you usually think of it, of like, oh, they're making a bad decision and it's ultimately a bad decision. But like when somebody says pride or selfishness, you're fundamentally talking about like a structure. Like an orientate, like how you're looking at your mind. Like whatever your morality or intentions, you could say, like looking at the stars is relational, and then say looking at the ground is selfish. And it's like, is that good or bad? Not necessarily. So it's like, that ultimate evil, that acting, that deceptiveness is this thing that gets passed on to generations. Because like if you become an inauthentic parent and you're looking at the wrong thing or not the full thing, or something, you know, something's gone a little squirrely, if you're inauthentic, the kid, no matter how they react to that, they may become that thing, they may rebel against that thing. No matter what they do based off of that thing, they're fundamentally calibrating off of something that's fake, right? So it's the degree to which the parent's personality is fake causes the sort of the ego and the physical body to become desynchronized. So it's this separation, and so that's completely inheritable. Every fake bullshit thing, no matter how you react to it, if you react to it, you're reacting to an illusion. Whether you become a good thing in relationship to that illusion or a bad thing. And so because when you react to these illusions, and the only way that you can react is in a good or a bad way, there's nothing that anybody can do at that mental level to stop the illusion from spreading, to stop the bullshit from spreading. And so one of the main ways this evil takes over the world is through stage performance and craft and magic, of where you're led to believe something that doesn't exist. And so when you believe something that doesn't exist, no matter how you react to it, no matter which side you take, is delusional in this particular way, because you're calibrating off of something fake. And that delusion looks like when people start living inside stories, like going to Comic-Cons, entering religions, if you can get somebody to believe and to have an emotional reaction towards something that doesn't exist, it automatically causes a schism or a break from reality. The only thing that has to happen is that it has to be believed it's real. And then if you're given the choice of how to react, you give people the choice of, here's how you can react to this thing, they'll believe that that thing is real, and it causes a disassociative schism. And so the personality like sort of ingests that lie and becomes fake. And then everybody who interacts with them is based off of these like fake beliefs, fake shared assumptions. And then that's this weird psychic mental mind control warfare that you see going on. And it's this mimetic battle, but kind of between good and evil, right? The main battle between good and evil is both sides, or the source or the cause of the schism. Right, both sides are leading to the split. So it's those two things against truth in some way, is a better way to look at it. Like if you look at the world, the good and the evil, right, the Masonic checkerboard, they are both secretly against reality. The good side and the bad side are conspiring. This is the big conspiracy. The big conspiracy with evil is the good and the bad you see in the world. If that good and the bad is based off of a false assumption, then that you'll see that good and that bad conspire together to protect their delusions. And seeing this happen unconsciously and all the time just blows everyone's mind, but it can't work any other way. When your fundamental identity is based off of the same delusion as another group who has reacted to an opposite manner, reacted to that false information in an opposite manner, then you will both protect the same lies reflexively. Because the fundamental identity is based off of the reaction to that lie. And so you can see the strategy and the method of mind control in anywhere you get information from. And that information is your mind, and when you put your mind into the thought realm or into the machine, you've desynchronized it from reality. So there's a schism caused by linguistic focus. So the propaganda can get you to think a different thing, and thinking that different thing will take your mind away from the truth. But the mind normally rests on the truth, and it becomes like an overlay of the truth. Your mind just relaxes, and the truth emerges up from it, and you can see with your mental faculties what the invisible truth is, right? And that's different from the mind that is capable of comprehending in that direct way through relaxing on. Is the same thing that focuses in and sees something like writing or vision, like imagery. Like right now, the screen is writing a perception of my face that you're reading it from the light pattern, the same way that if I write CAT, you read the image of a cat. Yeah, when you start, if you react to false information, you start to emotionally live in a different world. You live in the world of reactions, and that the world of reactions becomes different from the world of reality because of the number of reactions that you've had to false things. Right, so think of all the emotional reactions that people have when they watch movies, inherently false things that are causing like intense emotional reactions. Right, and then getting everyone to worship the movie stars makes the emotional reactions to them acting even more intense, and this causes a disassociation of the emotional or intuitive body from the somatic body through the belief in lies, right? So then eventually that, if the emotional body becomes divorced from the somatic body, you can control it. You can control it via narrative or via propaganda. You can induce the body can become operated by belief rather than by actuality. And that's not like as if belief is separate from actuality, because you can describe reality actually. I'm not speaking in terms of like a informational delusion, but a delusion in where the attention is directed and how the mind is used. So that misunderstanding replicates through time, which you can see as the passing of sin through the generations. The passing of the kid learns to copy how people are using their attention. So that's described as inauthenticity, and it's this dualistic separation. So people, that separation is an injury. Right? So there's some creatures, the same way that like cats have teeth that rip you apart, that separate you from yourself to take a bite out of you, like a lion. Like if a lion is trying to eat you, they have an apparatus to like come in and separate you. There's entities like demons and stuff that basically have an apparatus that's capable of coming in and separating and eating the mind. They separate the mind-body connection just like a predator separates the body connection. It's that class of predator. And they have bodies kind of on that ephemeral, that same level that a person would experience disassociation or separation between their beliefs and reality. In that pocket of like null space, there's basically entities that live off of that separation, that creation of positive and negative, and that creates loosh, people have called it. And so it's a parasite. It's one giant parasite. There's like an entire ecology in it. There's like an infinite number of demons or patterns in it, but it's all ultimately just one thing in one location. Like it's all the whole thing is just orchestrated by one thing. So there's this pyramid, and it's the secret handshake or the agreement, the thing that drives the world, the false world. So the world of good and bad, where I'm not on your team, and then there's that third world, that second, that other direction, right? Reality first, whatever that means. And so it's all the information that has caused the separation from God, all the different assumptions. these wrong beliefs that cause a schism. And so you can see it's very clear like what's going on and who rules the world, and the symbolism of why certain people are powerful, how people are powerful, what, you know, people are harvested in these ways, right? This isn't good or bad, this is just nature, right? And it's like you have to deal with the horrificness of it when you see like, oh yeah, tigers eat people, lions eat people, people die, people go to war, right? There's these beings that suck the reality out of people, and the effects are, you know, propaganda, nationalism, globalism, all the different isms is like obviously propagated by the same fundamental delusion or the same fundamental lies that both sides are in a total conspiracy to protect, with no planning required. It happens just as instinctively as you can imagine. The dance of good and bad, maintaining that reaction, that emotional reaction to something false. Be it, you know, propaganda, but external, and your own propaganda. Like if you believe your own propaganda, that's when you become like just emotionally delusional or narcissistic or overly giving or any of these other things. It's just from believing in your own propaganda and having an emotional reaction to like a story that you've made up that causes this psychotic split. Much less, you know, imagine if a bunch of people, imagine any large thing that you orchestrate that is not true. If you can get people to believe in the orchestration, it causes that MK Ultra disassociative split that you need for mind control. Right? If somebody's completely controlled by their own propaganda, we call that person like demonically possessed or schizophrenic or whatever. And then if somebody's completely controlled by the external propaganda, that's the default state originated from the origin of humanity. Like humanity has been enslaved to this falsehood or whatever, this original sin, because it's fake idiots raising fake idiots, more or less.